access the top part, but then I hope you guys were able to see that. If you can just have a pick right at the top there on the top left corner, sees the dollar currency index. So, and I'm on a weekly time frame. I'm on a weekly time frame. So yeah, first thing, I always look at the dollar currency index first before I look at any other thing. I look at the currency index. So I'm just gonna come to my, get rid of that. I don't know why I have that there, but then let me zoom in. Look at the current price action. So I'm just gonna go back a little bit further to the back and see what price did on our left hand side before we can see price moving forward. So we had price come into that. We have that. And then bang. A little bit of 4, can choose that, it's okay. And we had that, bang. I think it's safe to give it something like that. Yeah, something like that. Yeah, drop, a drop, rally, a drop, a pullback, and a drop. And now we are here in terms of structure. So we have that, guys. It's clear. So we had a high, a low, and a high, a low, and a high, a low, and a high, and a low. So now it's safe to call this an intermediate term high. So what we have here is our intermediate term high. Yep, if I can note that down. Bang, yeah, that's what I'm looking for. So it's an intermediate term high and an intermediate term low. It's safe to call this an intermediate term low, or in other words, it's a long-term high. This was a long-term high, and opposite it was a long-term low. So yeah, that's what we have as far as that is concerned. So we saw the trend, the way that has been playing out. We've been failing to make lower lows ever since this price point over here took place. So what have we been seeing? Why did price reverse at that point? It's because of those lows. It's because of the previous lows on our left hand side. And what influenced that? It's one thing. This area here, this zone over here, influenced the price on our right hand side, meaning in the near future, what did price do? It found support inside that zone. So it found support inside that zone. So it's been failing to make lower lows. So price, since it made its first, highest point, so which is just a higher high and a lower low. So ever since we made this low, we made a high, then we made a low. But then the key thing is that this low failed to break these previous lows and it held above it. So signaling that there might be a bit of a divergence in the market. So this price point here, if I can zoom in, this price point here, this price point here, we had a higher, we had lows actually. And what do we have? We have a higher low. We have a higher low and followed by a series of higher highs. And this is our highest point of that particular leg. And price came back down. Where did it come back into? It came back into the structure, the lows here, and it rallied up. So if we could also zoom a little bit further in our top-down analysis on the dollar currency index, what's happening is that we have highs, we have a highest point, but did it did it hold above the previous highs? No, price failed to hold above previous highs, and it came back into those highs. It just came back into those highs and started finding rejection. We see here, here's our spinning top of some sort, followed by another candlestick, a bearish candlestick, which gives us a bearish engulfing pattern. Gives us a bearish engulfing pattern. Price, what did it do? So this is the week that we are on. This is the current week. Today it's Saturday, so I do my forecast on weekends to see what we have the week ahead. So this is the current previous, actually the week that we are in right now. This is the week before. So we're on this is basically today. It's this is from the 2nd of August. So this was the first week of August 2021, which is the year that we're in. So this would be our second week of trading. So on our second week of trading, what did we do? We saw price coming in, opening, make a high. Once it made that high, it found a rejection at those previous highs of structure, and it came back inside the bearish engulfing candlestick, and it closed inside. So what did it do? For one more time, it opened, rallied, dropped, and then closed beneath its opening, giving us those rejections at the top. So now we see where there's a sensitive area here. There's a sensitive area to go. This is a sensitive area to go short currently because of where the structure is. Price doesn't seem to want to trade inside this zone or even above it, to hold above it. So now we've been getting a rejection to the downside here. Okay. So now we see that there's a bearish signal, there's a bearish tone in the market. Considering the overall trend, we need to also take into account the overall trend. So I'm not going to dwell that much into the upper areas of structure, but then I'll also take them into account. However, I'm also going to visit this high. This high is another point of interest in the near future, followed by this high, which is where price swung the last time. So what did we have in this leg alone? We had a price come make a high, a low, a high, a lower low, another lower high, another lower low, and so forth. So what we have there, it's safe to say that that's a downtrend. And what has been happening, we have been failing to hold and we've been failing to break these lows. So there might be a divergence and a change of structure, or in terms of the market flow. So we started seeing bullish orders coming in right at this area of structure, and price rallied. So now price currently is at this area of structure, which is a resistance. And what we expect, we expect price to break the structure and continue to the upside. But before we do that, before we go to the upside, price action needs to respect this area of structure. So we need to see a little bit sellers coming into play for now. But then let's see at the lower time frame. Let's grind to a lower time frame. I'm on a weekly. Remember, guys, I'm gonna go to a daily time frame. So I'm gonna go to a daily time frame. I'm on a daily time frame now. I'm on a daily time frame. I am on a daily time frame, guys. So Here's the structure, still looking beautiful. Still looking beautiful. What do I expect? What did we do? We had here's that price action. Here's that drop, created a base, another drop, another base, another drop, another base, and one last drop. And we've been failing to trade beneath those lows. Let me just push the chart a little bit up, so to bring a little bit of clarity for you guys. And yeah, we're using trading view to look at our charts for a number of reasons that I'm not going to get into right now. I'm going to get into the reasons in the near future, to share with you guys the benefits of using this application. So I'm still testing it out, but I've been testing it out for quite a while now. I think it's been like a couple of months. I just need to go premiums and just get my things in order, because it has nice features. It has nice features, So here on a daily time frame, let's start here on our first leg, at the end of that bigger leg that we've been looking at. So what do we have? We had price rally, make a drop, break these lows and dropped further, but then it came back up and it failed to hold beneath those lows. Though we closed with a couple of candles beneath those lows, but eventually price came back up and created lows, and those lows failed to come back further down to resume the trend that we saw on an upper scale, meaning on an upper time frame. So price rallied, created a high. So this would be our first high, and we came back down. Now we rallied up. This high failed to hold. So, signaling something else in the market that I'm also not going to get into right now, because I don't want to confuse any of you guys. I just want to keep it simple as possible. But then as I get more questions, I'll break things down and explain why we have certain things, what brings about confidence in our trading. So this is high. This is the high that we broke. It's a key high. So it signaled something into the market. We had a drop. Price also rallied again. It broke another high over here. So once it rallied, it came back in. This was a powerful setup for a sell. This was a powerful setup for a sell, based on a number of reasons also that I'm not gonna get into right now. But then if you see it, you might want to take note of it, not to sound like I don't want to give away information. Remember guys, I created this channel just to give away information to plenty of you guys that need this information. So this area was so important to a whole lot of us. So this zone, it was super important, and we had a high here that broke above the zone, and I'll tell you why we broke above those zones, above that area. So which is also something that I'm not going to get into today. So that false breakout is something that we expected to see, if you're using the system that we're using to trade. So price came back down, it came back into the previous lows, but then it failed to come back on those lows that we spotted from a higher time frame. So this is a key area of support, by the way. This becomes a key area of support that we've been failing to trade beneath. So this is a key area of support. So we came back into it. What do? We broke beautifully beneath it. So traders were being trapped around here. So retail traders, support and resistance traders were being manipulated around this area here. So which is also something that I'm not going to get into it. So I know what I've been mentioning things that I don't want to get into it. Not that I don't want to get into it. I'm just trying to keep this video short because I don't want to find myself explaining, quite a lot, because this is not like an official course. This is just a video breakdown for you guys in the public who might be confused or might want to see, how some of us really look at the market, because we want to share our perspective as much as we learn from other traders online. So price held at that area of support and it rallied up. It broke a key area of structure and continued to hold above. Then we had a first drop. So at this area here, price also failed to trade beneath it. It rallied up and it went up to that area of resistance and came into our beautiful area here. So it came into our supply zone. So I'm not a supply and demand trader. I'm just utilizing the concept because of, I just have it as an arm now within my trading tools because of, as a trader, I was once a beginner like many of you guys. So I went through anything and everything. So support and resistance, or rather supply and demand, I also traded it, but then I gradually moved away from it, and not that it was not working, it was, but then I wanted more. So I graduated. I graduated from supply and demand to some new concept. So that's what's happening here. We found a high, price came back down into this area here, nearing our lows, nearing our wiki candles here. So we have our rejection candles here, price failed. So what was that? It was support turning into, there's a buy sensitivity here. So it was this resistance over here also turning into support zone. So it's not an actual support and resistance to the part, like to the point, because of it's not that clear. But then that's essentially what is happening here. That's why we found a rejection here. And also, if you utilize your Fibonacci, for those who don't know how to use a Fibonacci, don't worry, guys, don't stress. There's a lot of information that we're still going to share in this group, on this channel, in fact. And we're also going to be creating a Telegram group where we have an open discussion of our charts. So we had a 38.2 for those who trade with Alpha Trading Guide. You know what we call this level here. It's our TCL zone. So it's quite a significant zone in actual fact. So the major thing is that we have a resistance here that we tested once. We came back for the second time, and there's a major resistance here that we haven't even touched. But the selling zone, we are within that zone of selling and getting short. So if we can zoom in a little bit, and that's what we see. The market has been selling. What happened? Today it's Saturday. So this would be Friday's candlestick, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday. This is our 5-day market activity. So since Monday, what did we have? We had a rally. Wednesday, perfect. If you see such a beautiful black opposing candlestick on a Wednesday, so it's our midweek reversal day, the midweek reversal setup. So if this Monday, this Friday, Thursday, Wednesday, Tuesday, and Monday, so this structural setup here, it would have been a beautiful, you would have caught a beautiful entry to go short right at that area here. So remember, this is just the dollar index. So meaning, on dollar crossed pairs, you'd be looking to take an opposite. On correlated dollar correlating pairs, you'd look to take positions there. So if you are on dollar index, if you're looking at if you're looking at Euro USD, you'd be looking for bullish opportunities. If you're looking at USD CHF, you'd be looking for shorting opportunities. So that too, I'm also not going to get into that, but then if you have questions regarding correlation, feel free to leave a comment and let's discuss it, or what you want me to talk about on my next video. I'm open for that. Just leave your questions on the comment section below. So we had that. So the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, up until Friday. So this would be our previous week's Friday. You see that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this would be Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Wednesday. You see, guys, how manipulative Wednesdays might be. Look at this candle, how it opposes other candlesticks that let's say we had a bullish, we're looking to go bullish in here. Look at how Wednesday takes out those 2 weeks there, and then it comes back down, rejects those lows like we'd expect. So imagine if you get taken out and you leave the trade and say, I'm not going to trade today, then price takes off. So your opportunity to trade at these lows here, you might have lost it. So even at these highs, look at how Wednesday takes out the opposing candles highs. So if you're looking to go short and you get taken out and you walk away, you would have walked away from a good entry right over there. So, which is also something that I'm not going to get into right now, but then I just wanted to make you aware of that. So price came back down. So we had a bearish engulfing right there at the top. So we know how to trade bearish engulfing patterns. So we're just going to drill down to a lower time frame and see what price has for us. So I'm drilling down to 4-hour time frame, and on my 4-hour time frame, this is what I'm looking at. So this is our 4-hour time frame. This is our 4-hour time frame. We had price create these lows over here, and before that, I just want to point something out quick. Actually, I'm going to leave this structural pattern alone. I just wanted to show you guys how you'd have caught this. I think it's 60 to 50 pips. I'm not sure how much was it. It was even 300 pips. So you're going to catch this 350 pip move using this level area of structure only. So this would have been one of our powerful setups. So it's one of the powerful setups that you get to learn when you trade our alpha strategy and follow our trading plan. So you know, our favorite thing is that we always want to buy low and we always want to sell high. So we want to utilize our areas, our premium areas of structure, and look for selling opportunities while we are in these types of setups. So I'd look for shorting opportunities, and my first targets around this area would be around this area over here. This zone in here, I'd be looking to take profit, and the second zone would be this zone over here. I'd also be looking to take profit around the zone over here. The reason for that is because of I believe that if price fails to hold, if we could just trade beneath these lows. Remember, I'm looking for a shorting opportunity around this area here. So I'm not going to get into it now. Once we drill further to our lowest time frame, I'll explain why. So I'm looking for shorting opportunities by what I'm looking at right now, but then I'm not looking for an entry yet. I'll confirm. I'll get into areas where you'd want to look for your entry. But for right now, in the meantime, I'm just looking at basic structure. We had what? We had a low, a rally, a drop, a pullback right into our order block. Then price rallied up. It came back down. It made a low. So if you had missed this low, this would have been your first low. This would have been your first perfect area to go long. If you had missed it, the second chance would be this one over here. So these types of structures, I usually discuss them with members of the group, that once you see this types of structures, you need to be careful if you're going to get your entry here. If you get your entry here and become too confident, you might see price rally, but then you might be taken down like they did right over here. If you had your stop loss too tight, or you are at break even, that would be good for you. But then this is what we call our perfect entry. This would be a risk entry followed by a perfect entry. So I'm not going to get into perfect entries right now. So this is another entry opportunity that you've caught here, which is right over here, and price rallied, base, rally, and we had another base, which is pulled back, and we had a rally, a pullback, and a rally, and a pull. But now the structure is starting to take shift. You see, the structure is starting to take shift. We see a shift in structure. We see the market shift. We have a shift in market structure. So we are failing to make higher highs being above those highs, and which is something that we discussed. So which is the reason why I'm looking for shorting opportunities. I don't want to find myself going long for now, because yeah, I don't see enough factors. I know that the longer, based on our higher time frame analysis, we see that we have so much order flow going to the upside, but then it doesn't mean that we don't want to utilize the opportunity going down. So I'm just going to drill down to a 1 hour time frame. I'm going down to a low 1 hour time frame. So here is our 1 hour time frame. We had a beautiful structure. We came back in here. We could have caught these lows, and our target profit would have been what? We've been looking at 100, 130, 100, or close to 140 pips. Actually, 138 pips. Let me not jinx it. So we'd be having that. So yeah, we had a rally, base, another rally, another drop, actually another base, and another rally here. So now we are at this areas of structure. If you can just look at them properly, price created a highest point, but then price failed to create higher highs right at that spinning top candle there. So we had a variety of a checkmate principle happening here, and if we connect those lows, once we had that, price broke structure, broke beneath our trend. So there's a bit of divergence in the market. So once we have that signaling, once we have that divergence coming in, price found a low right at these lows. And what did we do? We broke areas of structure. So support got broken. An area of support got broken. If I can just, everything is just dotted here. It's just dash lines here. I just need a solid line. Yeah. So what did we do? Price rallied up. It came back into those highs. This would have been a beautiful area to go short in. If you're looking to go short, factoring in our confluences. So there were a number of confluences. If I can just zoom in, but then I want to do it at the further lower time frame. So I'm not going to do it now, but then let me just zoom in. If you can see it, I'm just going to note it. I'm not going to get that much into it. So this area here is just no, it's an important area to go short in. So so it's an important area for us to go short in. So it's an important area for us to go short in, and our stops would have been somewhere inside this area right over here. And price dropped to the downside. So now let's go into a 15-minute time frame. So to see this activity here, so you would have known that we had a drop. With a drop, we see a rally. We see a rally, or let me just call it a base, like I would do every time. So we see a drop, now a rally or a pullback, and then we see price coming back down. Now, where did it come into? We use our Fibonacci. We grab our Fibonacci. You take our Fibonacci. If you don't know how to place your Fibonacci, don't be confused now, but then just note it down that you need your Fibonacci. I'll tell you the importance of a Fibonacci in your some other lessons to come in the near future. See, where does price come back into? It comes back between 50 and 38.2. You know, the TCL zone. We use the TCL zone to enter our positions. So we'd have entered there, and price would have reached our 27 extension, or our point minus 62 extension. So which would have been, how many pips would we be looking at right now? I'll be looking at, let's see, yeah, it's close to 50 pips. Yeah, 50 pips. So it's a significant amount of pips. So yeah, it's not a trend smash. So if you didn't get an opportunity to go short in either of these two levels, you know, do not despair. We still have plenty of opportunities that the market might be showing us. So we broke two levels of structure. We broke two levels of structure, so which is this area over here. We broke structure, came back down. We broke the second structure without even, you know, hesitating, without even trying to test it or whatsoever. So now I'm gonna looking for if I'm looking for shorting opportunities. Remember, I always want what? I'm looking for price to sell at the premium. So I'm looking to sell at the premium. So I'm looking to go short at the highest point, which I felt that it provides me, one, a proper risk reward. The second point is that it makes sense to me why I would be trading that area, meaning I'd be looking for confluence. And yeah, if I can just get those factors into play, then I'd be looking to get in. So to go short right here, right now, and targeting that first zone wouldn't be worth it for me. And how many pips would it be? And that would be like what? 60 pips. Yeah, that would be like 60 pips. But then the risk reward wouldn't be worth it for me because of a number of reasons. If you know how important risk reward is, you know that selling instantly when the market opens on Monday wouldn't be worth it. So now this is just the dollar index. This is just the currency index. So let me look at important factors. if price can just hold this area of support here and never breaks down, then I would be looking at what, another zone. The first area of entry would be here, which is this flip zone. So this flip zone support that we held, the area of structure that we broke, and it's between 38.2 and 50. So I'd be looking to get in somewhere around there and put my stops somewhere above the 50, but it also would be a risk entry. The second point that I would look to enter, if that fails, would be between 50 and 61.8, and which is also a confluence of structure. So we broke structure. Second structure, we have it here. So it's either this support holds and turns into resistance, then we go short, or this support holds or turns into resistance, then we go short. So with that, I'd expect price to do that. A couple of retests, then shoot to the downside. What did I do now? Okay. So guys, yeah, this is what I would be expecting price to do if I can just get this chart to stay properly. Thank you, is what I'm looking for. So if I can just get that, and my stops would be somewhere above here, it will depend on my execution style and structural pattern that I might be getting right in here. If I can just get a bearish pattern, whether it's a bearish engulfing or an evening star candlestick pattern or whatever that would give me enough confidence to go short, I would be doing that. So I'm also, so what I'd be doing here is that I'd be going short. So going short, that means I'd be going short on GB, so excuse me, on USD CHF. I'd be going long on GBP USD. I'd be looking for longing position, meaning I'd be looking for an area to reach support on a chart pattern on GBP USD. I'd also be looking for price to go long on things like AUD USD and NZD USD. So yeah, guys, that's all that I have for you as far as the dollar index is concerned. So this is just our basis. This is just the first video that I'm going to put up. Following that, I'm going to actively trade the dollar correlating pairs, since, well, I see that price is at a particular area of structure as far as the dollar index is concerned. So I'll look across the board and see if I can just get opportunities across dollar crossed currency pairs. So I'd be looking to dump the dollar. As for the coming week, I see that we might be on a risk on market environment. So foreign currencies might be rallying, and even commodities might also be rallying, and metals might also be rallying. So I'm looking to go long on things like gold, and I'll see on my watch list how many currency pairs do I boil down, does it all boil down to, because I can't trade everything across the board. It really doesn't make sense to me. So I'd rather eventually choose 2 or 3 dollar cross currency pairs to trade that I feel that they yield a proper risk reward for me, because of I'm looking to enter positions that would yield so much return into my portfolio. So guys, thanks for watching, man, and please do, if you're new here, as much as I'm new here, half of the time I don't know what I'm doing, but then I'm looking forward My basis is just to share this knowledge with you guys. If you find this knowledge very valuable and you feel like you can share this content with your friends and family, please do so. Or people that might find this information valuable, please do so. And do not hesitate to leave a comment and ask any question that you want to ask. Maybe we might even touch based on the question that you might have asked on our next video. So yeah, guys, if you have any ideas, things that you'd like to hear or things that you'd like me to talk about, also feel free to contact me through social media, and also join our community, join our Telegram channel, and make sure to engage and meet other like-minded individuals, as I believe that this is not a journey for one person to go through alone. You need to be accompanied by like-minded people to help you stay motivated and bring about perspective as far as where you do want to be with your trading. So guys, good luck, good trading, and please do enjoy. Thank you and thanks for watching. Much love. Elson V. Trader Voma, thank you for tuning in.